No, why would that be the screenshot? Okay, no. Hey cuties! So today I'm going to be doing a story time video. I've been asked or requested to do story times in July. As I was getting ready today, I'm like, I should totally tell this story. I feel like it is a little funny. If it's not, then I'm sorry. This happened about 2 months ago. So, okay. A little bit of a backstory. So the area that I live in, there's newer homes and homes being built where I am. And not the area that I'm in now, but a different area in our city, there had been like reports of people like breaking into those empty homes or homes being built and taking, you know, their new appliances because nobody lives there. So there was a little bit of talk about those and it was in the news and stuff. Okay, so one night, just chilling at home with Dalton, this was like 2 months ago, and we were going to bed. We got ready, came upstairs to go to bed, turned off all the lights, and you guys, when people are working on houses, because it is a newer area, there's people that don't have driveways, so there's usually like big trucks in their driveways if they're getting a driveway put in, like people that live there, or you know, if they want their lawn done, because most houses that are brand new in the city just come with just the house, not all of them, but so you have to do your own lawn, you have to do your own backyard, to do your own basement and your own driveway. Those things cost a lot of money. So periodically people will, you know, get the driveway done, whatever the case may be. Some people like have a full package already there of lawn and everything, or you can have it in your contract or whatever, talk to your builder, but I'm just saying in general, that's what happens. So it's not unusual for like big worker trucks to be on our block and working. I was just like going to bed and Dalton likes to like look around at the area and he's like, you might get ready, you might want to be phoning the cops or something like that. He's like, get ready. What? Why? Like, usually when you're gonna phone the cops, it's like you need to phone the cops, you know, it's not like, oh, get ready, there's a possibility of maybe needing to phone the cops. Like, no bitch, like to me that means like 911, shorty found a burden on the dance floor. I don't know what I am. It was early morning, like 2 a.m. as we were going to bed, and there was a worker truck with a house that had nobody living in it with the lights all... Oh, it's just my cat meowing. I'm like, what is that? Cool. Is there a baby I don't know about that's crying? He literally sounded like a child. We both know that this house on our block, there's nobody living in there because it's not finished yet. So for all the lights to be on at 2 o'clock in the morning, nobody really works at 2 o'clock in the morning if you're gonna be doing, you know, home building or finishing or something like that. Like, that's very oddball hours. And there was a truck parked outside, and a van, sorry. And usually when there is a truck or a van parked outside, it'll say like, I don't know, Prestige Ass Flooring Company, word or something, that whatever their name is of their company, they'll have it plastered on their van. And no, this van was a white beat up van that had nothing on it. It was just white, dented, and it looked extremely suspicious. And I was like, oh, it probably is nothing. He's like, well, I think we should just phone it in because it's really unusual. And I'm like, okay. Here's my ass phoning 911. Just kidding, I didn't phone 911. If something's an emergency, phone 911 or whatever it is in your country or city, 999. And then there's also a number for the police station, like just a regular phone number, so you can phone them and, you know, say you have a concern about something that's not really an emergency. So I found that number because I'm not going to be dialing 911 and freaking the hell out. So I phoned this number and a girl answers and I was like, hey, just to let you know, I don't know if this is an emergency, so I'm not gonna get, I literally said, I'm not getting in trouble for this. Because honestly, like when you phone and report something, and if it's not, like if you say like, oh, 911, oh my god, I'm in like such bad pain, I'm dying, and they come and it's literally a hangnail, like you could, in some certain circumstances, be charged with that or get a fine for doing that, you know what I mean? So I was like, I am not getting charged for this. I don't know if it's an emergency. It might be completely fine, but there's a house that nobody's living in and the lights are all on at 2 a.m. and there's like a random van outside and we don't know what's happening because we heard that in this area, like, which isn't even close to us, but still this area was having a lot of break-ins of brand new homes, stealing stuff. So I don't know what's happening. I don't see anyone, but I just would like to report it. You know what I mean? And she's like, okay, thank you, and what's your name? I'm like, great. Cool, Bob. Like, you know, I'm just kidding. I gave my real name because that's a whole other issue, giving a fake name. So I'm like, And she's like, well, send a car out. Cool. So this point, me and Dalton have the lights all off and we're like peering out the windows, like only our noses. And he's like, cool, you just phoned the cops. What if it actually is somebody bad and now they're gonna come after you? I'm like, wait, you told me to phone the cops. Yeah, I would have just went to bed. I didn't even know what was going on. Yeah, excuse me. He's like kind of joking, but you can tell he's like a little bit, you might die. And I was like, girl, I'm this big rat now all of a sudden. Like, that's cool. Like, what if this guy, you know, if there's nothing wrong with him, or what if he's doing this and like I'm the rat? I don't know. One part of me, like, there's an angel and a devil on each shoulder, and one's like, yes, you phone the police, girl. Like, you get bad guys brought to justice, and the other one's like, just let him be. Like, you're a rat. If you ever meet a gang guy in the future, he ain't gonna mess with you because you're a rat ass bitch, you're a clown. Like, I'm not cut out for that life, you know, I could pretend, but I'm not even kidding you when I say like 3 minutes later, a cop car pulls up, not sirens on, but just like low-key, and we're like, oh my God. So we're looking, peering out the window like, holy shit, what if they know it's us? Oh my God. Not only one police officer got out of the car, Two got out, one the driver, one the other guy, and then one of them radios. I'm like, you've gotta be kidding me. Like, this is a scene out of Cops. Like, is this really that serious? So they go to the van first, then shine their flashlights in, look around, and the one guy looks at the other guy, and he nods, and he has his hand on his gun. I'm like, ah! I don't know why I'm being so dramatic. I bet the comments are like, this happens all the time. Like, what is wrong with you? But I've never seen it before, okay? And he has his hand on his gun, they both did, and they were walking up with flash, because it's pitch black outside, and the lights are on, so they knock on the door, and I'm like, I can't even deal with this. I'm like rolling on the ground. Nothing happens, nobody answers, so he knocks again, and I have the window rolled down, and it's like close by, like you can see the house, and I can hear the knocking, because it's like dead silent. There's no cars going or anything like that. A guy comes to the door of the house with a full worker's gear on. Paint all on his clothes, with like a hat on full of paint, and like literally paint on all his skin, like you could see it. And I'm like, cool, they're actually working. Ah! And they talk to him for like 30 seconds, have a good night, and then they basically leave. And this guy's look on his face is so confused. He's like, did I just get the cops called on me for painting and working and trying to support my family? Like, who is this person that called the cops on me for making a living? And I'm like, cool. It's a Dalton feels horrible because it was his idea. He's like, I'm gonna go talk to that guy. And I'm like, this is a whole, now I overthink and I like make up little things in my head that could be happening. So I'm like, no, have you seen Breaking Bad? Like, in Breaking Bad, they basically pretend that they're a pest control place. Well, there's actually a pest control place, but they also pretend that these two guys, I don't want to give it away if you haven't seen it, but these two guys are like meth cookers and dealers, and they want to do it in a way that they're not gonna really get caught, you know what I mean? So it's a smart idea to go to people that are actual pest control and take over a house and, you know, are doing that, and then they have a section of the house where they can cook and sell their meth while wearing these pest control outfits, so that if a cop does come to that door, they can be like, we're just doing pest control. You know what I mean? So that's what I think. I'm like, he's not a painter. He's disguised as a painter. He's smart. He knows that the cops are gonna be there. He's actually stealing the washer and dryer and furnace and the tile and the window panel and the sink. He's stealing all those things, but he's just disguising himself as a painter so that if that happened, he can be like, oh no, I'm a painter. I'm trying to support my family. But when the cop leaves, he's gonna be taking the sink out and putting it into this mysterious van. That's what I said to Dalton. He's like, no, I'm gonna go say sorry. Cool! And then you're gonna go over there and say you're sorry, and then he's gonna watch you come back to this house and be like, bye, you guys, you are the rats. You're the cop callers. Honestly, for real, this guy was just a painter. Like, it wasn't that serious. Dalton went over and apologized, and it was all good. So moral of the story is to just be aware of your surroundings and make smart decisions. The cops are needed. The cops are needed. The cops are good. The cops do their job. Cops are great. Hello, I want to be a cop. Since we're on this subject of cops, I'm going to give you like a 2-in-1 story time. I'm going to give you a little bit of a story that happened to me recently with the police. So there's school zone signs in my city, and they're from September to June, because that's when school is in, you have to go 30 kilometers an hour in the school zone. Like when you're out of the school zone, it's back to 50 kilometers an hour. It's different if you are in a country where you're miles per hour or whatever, or different school zones or school times or stuff like that. But where I live, it's you have to go 30 through the school zone, right? To like, because there's kids crossing. So it's June. Well, it was June last month. Does that mean June, like June 1st, you can go 50 in the school zone? Or is it the whole month of June you still go 30, and then July 1st, it's, you know, 50 through the school zone? I'm pretty sure it is like July 1st, like it's still like June, like September to June, so that means June is still, you go 30 and obey the sign. And I was asked Dalton, he's like, yeah, you go 30 in June. I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna double check just to be sure, right? Because that day, the reason why is because that day, I was going 30 and it was like June 2nd, and there was a guy who went around me because I was going too slow, 30 when it was 30, and he went right around me, sped past going like 50, 55, and I was like, oh, am I not supposed to be going 30 right now, but it's June 2nd? Oh, so that's why I kind of had the question. I guess I should have said that first. It wasn't just me having these thoughts. And Dalton's like, no, you go 30 all month of June. That guy was just an asshole. I'm just gonna phone, you know, the police station, like the regular number, not 911 house. So that's what I did. And she answers, Constable, I forget her name. So I asked her the question that I just explained right now. So is the sign done June 1st or July 1st? That's pretty much what I asked. And you know what she said? Huh, it's a good question. I don't know, actually. You don't know, actually? What does that mean? Wait, what? So you, Constable Petunia, let's call her, wasn't that? Constable Petunia, I'm driving June 2nd, going 55 in a 30 school zone. And you say, oh, ooh, I don't know if I should pull over because I don't know when that sign expires. Is it June 1st or July? Oh, whatever, I'll just let her go. That's what you're gonna do, Constable Petunia. She goes, I could check with the other officers if you want, and then you could leave your name and number and I could phone you back. I was like, no, that's okay. Thank you. I'll just go 30 in a school zone until July 1st, because I'm pretty sure it's July 1st. And she's like, yeah, I think your best bet would just to be, you know, safe and just go 30, just if me and you both don't know. And I was like, okay, bye. I don't know why I felt the need to tell that story on top of this story, because I think, you know, I just thought of, but what? I feel like as a cop, you should know the rules of the road and know what each sign means, because you're the ones that give tickets. Do you know what I mean? So if I'm going 55, you give me a ticket, of course, for going 55 in a 30 zone. But if you don't even know when the sign ends and when it starts, how can you be capable of giving a ticket? I was blown away. I told my dad this and he's like, well, the people that answer the phone aren't police officers, they're just like secretaries. I'm like, but she said Constable Petunia. And he's like, oh, well then she would have known. I'm like, yeah. Anyway, so after talking with many different people in my city about this issue, you go 30 all month of June, okay? And then July 1st, you go 50. Cool, bye. Oh, okay, so that was my story. I'm a rat-ass bitch, and I'm okay with that because I want to keep my community safe and myself safe and the paint guy safe. And I'm sorry, paint guy, for phoning the cops on you just doing your job. Like, I am a bitch. He's like probably already pissed that he's working at 2 in the morning, like pacing like this, like, oh my god, now he gets the cops called on him. That was my little round session. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you guys enjoy my story times, give this video a thumbs up, because then I know to do more of them. And you guys got a 2-in-1. Love you guys. Bye!